This is a show that will blow your mind, but it might not. It all depends. Do you like breakfast and a book with a friend? Good morning. It is not technically morning. It is 12:45 or something. It's morning for me though, because I just got up a little while ago. I actually got up a little early for me. I have been getting up at like 12:15. Now I got up at about like 11 something. So, what we do in this quarantine life, you guys? Hi, Philip. How's it going? Welcome to Ron Swallow's Breakfast in a Book. We today are doing an interesting, goofy thing. I guess I'll talk about the food first. I created what I'm sure somebody else has already done. We'll do a little picture of it. It's a French toast waffle. So I made a waffle, and then I made French toast batter, and then I fried it on the grill, or I grilled it on the stove top, as it were. Sorry, I pushed the wrong button. Hold on. Here we go. Bam. You just gotta look at me in the mirror. So that's the food I'm eating today. Wake up when you want to. That's right. Philip points out, no rules in the pandemic. Wake up when you want to. So that's my sweet breakfast. I French toast it, as you can see. It got a little crisp on it, but I have a feeling that it's gonna be soft. Because when I was cooking it, and one of the things that's great about a waffle, in my opinion, is you get a little bit of that crispness with a bread feel inside of it as well. And I don't think you're going to get that with the French toast waffle. But let's find out. Yep, not as crisp. Still pretty good. I also made homemade syrup. Syrup is super easy, guys, if you don't know. Basically, you take about a half a cup of sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, if you're like me and you like brown sugar better, 3/4 cup brown sugar, 1/4 cup regular sugar. Put some water in it, about a half cup of water. Stir it all up. Simmer it on the oven for a while till it thickens up, and then bam, you got syrup. This is how we do it, guys. I also made French strips of them because I thought that'd be more interesting. We'll see if the big one still tastes good too. Yeah, the big one tastes better. I don't know why. So, also, of course, my tea. Always have the tea in the morning, you guys. Good wholesome fun, you guys. French toast, waffles. Bam. Boom. Schlagalagaloom. Also, you guys, my roommate was walking his dog, and his dog found a guinea pig. So now we have a guinea pig, and I'm gonna show you the guinea pig. Because why wouldn't I show you the guinea pig when there's a guinea pig to be shown? Let's see if he will come out of his little box. We just got a box now. We're getting a cage in the next few days. Let's see. Guinea pig! Oh, did you hear him? He's so cute. Ah, the cuteness! Look at him move around! So now we have Guinea pigs, as David Rosenberg would like to call them. David's allowed to come over at some point once we're allowed to have people over. Once this sweet social distancing ends, whenever that is. I hope you are all practicing it. If you're my friend, I assume you are because they're smart and you listen to scientists, and that's part of the reason I like you. Because you're not an idiot who doesn't understand the dangers of things or thinks that the deaths of thousands and thousands of people is worth the economy being open up. Like, I can't be poor for a month or two. Jeez, man. Just kill all those thousands of people or hundreds of thousands of people. Fuck them, you know? That seems to be what people's attitude is. Anyways, So that's the experiment. Turned out good. Like we said, bam, French toast. I'm going to take one more bite, and then we're going to talk about this awesome book by Peter V. Brett. So the reason I bought this book, as you can see on the front, is Terry Brooks gave it a check it out thing. So he said, brilliant with action and suspense all the way. That's what Terry Brooks said. So I picked up this book because Terry Brooks told me to pick up this book. So marketing people who get quotes from authors, whether they be genuine or not, it works. Here's the back of the book. As darkness falls after sunset, the Corlings rise, demons who possess supernatural powers and burn with a consuming hatred of humanity. For hundreds of years, the demons have terrorized the night, slowly culling the human herd that shelters behind magical wards, symbol of powers whose origins are lost in myth and whose protection is terrifyingly fragile. It was not always this way. Once men and women battled the Corlings on equal terms, but those days are gone. Night by night, the demons grow stronger, while human numbers dwindle under their relentless assault. Now, with hope for the future fading, 3 young survivors of vicious demon attacks will dare the impossible, stepping beyond the crumbling safety of the wards to risk everything in a desperate quest to regain the secrets of the past. Together, they will stand against the night. So, this book is pretty interesting. It posits a world of semi-recognizable cultures that they have changed enough to not obviously be those cultures. Like there's clearly a little bit of a Middle Eastern culture in this. Janet Tarver says, hey, guinea pigs aren't wild animals. Maybe put a found pig sign in the neighborhood. Someone may be missing him or her. We have already done that. We put it up. We have a neighborhood app. So on the neighborhood app, we put up like picture of the guinea pig, and we're holding on to him. But our friend also pointed out that someone probably just abandoned the guinea pig because guinea pigs don't run away. Like they ain't trying to get out of the box. They're just hiding in a little cave, hanging out until you pick them up and pet them. So it might be our guinea pig. But if someone comes around, of course, we are going to return the guinea pig. Anyway, so there's a Middle Eastern culture, a sort of Midwestern style culture. It's almost like a commentary on the difference between American culture and Middle Eastern culture. And then within the series, they start to sort of come together to work together because you realize in the middle of this that you're battling real bad guys. And the real bad guys are the demons who come up from the night. And there's this one guy, his dad is basically a coward. And he runs from the Corlings, gets his mom killed because of it. And then the kid stands up to the Corlings and saves people. And then eventually he goes out and he starts learning warding. Turns out he's really good at it. The warding is the things they use to keep the demons away. And then he finds a treasure trove of information, paints his entire body with tattoos of these wards that he's found, and then basically becomes a super badass. That's the short version, but there's a lot more to it. He's got a lot of pride, got a lot of problems and emotions tied into the whole thing. Turns out, absorbing all the energies that he does makes him sort of near the demons, even though he's not part demon. Anyways. You've got to check this book out. It is phenomenal. It's fast-paced, super fast-paced. Like, you're just constantly like, holy crap, this is crazy. So I'm going to read you a spot. I'm just going to open up. The roof of the Duke's library in Milne was a magical place for Arlen. On a clear day, the world spread out below him, a world unrestrained by walls and wards stretching on into infinity. It was also the place where Arlen first looked at Mary and truly saw her. His work in the library was nearly complete, and he would soon be returning to Cobb's shop. He watched the sun play over the snow-capped mountains and fall on the valley below, trying to memorize the sight forever, and when he turned to Mary, he wanted to do the same for her. She was 15 and more beautiful by far than mountains and snow. Mary had been his closest friend for over a year, but Arlen had never thought more of her than that. Now seeing her limed in sunlight, cold mountain wind blowing the long brown hair from her face as she hugged her arms against the swell of her bosom to ward off the chill, she was suddenly a young woman, and he, a young man. His pulse quickened at the way her skirts flared in the breeze, edges of lace hinting of petticoats beneath. Ooh, petticoats! Basically wants to become a messenger, and messengers, take information across the paths, but they brave the night type of stuff. So, anyways, this book, like I said, is very interesting. The thing that I like about this one specifically, it's got a bunch of different cultures within cultures within cultures. And so you've got big cities, you've got small rural towns, you've got this Middle Eastern sort of vibe that comes in eventually. I'm not even sure if that one comes into this one, but I think it does. Yeah. Plus there's bards. Ooh, who doesn't love a bard? It's such a great, interesting mixture of a sort of high fantasy style book. And yeah, exactly. Janet says, I should have known you'd do the right thing. Yay for the piggy. Yay, piggy! And love the Terry Brooks recommendation. That's my thing too. As soon as Terry Brooks says, hey, check out this book, I'm going to check out the book. So, really, this book it's deep and interesting. The plot's intricate. He clearly thought about and created whole different cultures within even one culture before. So there's a culture of these sort of you sort of get a Midwest vibe from them. People who sort of live in a rural area, and they farm and they fish and they do the stuff that they've got to do to survive, but they also have to put up all these wards to keep their places safe, their livestock, themselves, because demons will just kill all of humanity and anything else that they can possibly kill to make it hard for humans to live. And there's just been a huge war between them for as long as anybody's known. The series has not ended yet, so I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go, but it'd be interesting to see if he went to somewhere along the lines of what if we learn to live with the demons? But I doubt that'll happen, because the word demon, it just means they're trying to kill you and eat you. They like to eat humans. They love eating humans. But yeah, this dude eventually tattoos himself and becomes a one-man wrecking crew against these bad guys. But also, he found these spears and these things in the desert when he had been abandoned, and it helped him learn all that stuff. And then also, he, ended up giving them to someone who becomes the king of the sort of Middle Eastern tribe that they have in this book. Anyways, check it out, guys. This is The Warded Man by Peter V. Brett. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. I've read all of his books. They're fast-paced. They're interesting. Couple of kick-ass women inside of them as well, and women breaking out of hard circumstances and secret societies. I mean, it's check it out, guys. Anyways, that's it. You guys, thank you for listening to Breakfast and watching Breakfast and a Book with Swallow. That's what we did today. If you had a good time, you can buy a ticket or something along those lines, supporting me by going to @RonSwallow for Venmo or RonSwallow@gmail for PayPal, and throw me $1. If you cannot throw me $1, do not throw me $1. Keep your money, guys, because we are in serious circumstances. All of us are in serious circumstances. I hope that most of you are doing well and are surviving and doing quarantine. The whole point of this video in the first place is to keep you entertained during a time when you need to be entertained. So The other thing that you can do while you are on quarantine, read books. You got the time? You're not doing much? Take a bath, read a book. That's what I would like to propose to all of you. So thank you for listening to and watching another episode of Breakfast and a Book with Swallow. Bye, guys.